Hey YouTube, sorry I've been MIA for a little while. That's actually what this video is going to be about. Because relevance. Sorry. The reason I haven't done a video in a while is because I've been going through some stuff with my art and I've been struggling a little bit. If you're an artist, you'll know that sometimes you go through a slump. It's sort of like writer's block, and you just kind of feel like you don't even know how to draw and you don't know how to do art anymore, and you're just like, why am I so shit? I just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere and I was stuck. You get a bit depressed every now and then and you're just like, I suck at this. So I thought, what better way to pull myself out of this slump than to have a look back at some of the old artwork that I did a few years ago and see how far I've come and how much I've improved. Because I've been looking at them on my laptop here. They're not good. They're not good. They're pretty embarrassing. So if you're an artist as well, you'll be able to see that you do definitely improve over time, especially with patience and hard work. You need to go through the slumps. Remind yourself that you're not shit. You just need to practice and you need to study, and you don't just magically get good at things. I've been drawing since I was little, like forever. When I was 2 or 3, I even remember watching my older cousin draw a picture of Michael Jordan or Inspector Gadget or something, and my cousin's a pretty good drawer as well, and I just wanted to be like him because he was my older cousin and I just thought he was the coolest. So my grandpa, my pop, he gave me a long sheet of computer paper, like a long roll of computer paper, and he would just roll it out on the table and he's like, draw. And so that's pretty much how I started drawing. And I used to hang out with my pop a lot, and he would just watch me draw and he was always like, those are so good. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, they'd all look at my work and they'd all say, you're amazing, how did you learn how to draw like that? Obviously didn't get it from me, you know, all the common stuff that people say. And this is actually a problem that I want to talk about. Got to a point that throughout my whole life I had people telling me that my work was so incredible and so amazing. I got complacent and I thought, my work's so good, so why would I need to get better? And this was a subconscious thought, obviously. I wasn't sitting there like, yeah, I'm the best drawer in the entire world. I just didn't go out of my way to improve because I already thought I was really good. And I realize now as an adult that I wasted a lot of time not studying drawing and not trying to get better because I already thought I was amazing, because my family enabled me to think that. That's a horrible thing to say. I'm not blaming them. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying that I'm being realistic and I'm acknowledging what happened. Sorry, I just switched to my mic because I realized my neighbor was mowing the lawn like an asshole, and so I didn't realize you could hear that in the background, but hopefully you can't hear it that much now. So I got lazy. I blame myself for that. I don't regret much in my life, but that's one of the things that I do regret. I regret not working harder when I was younger, because now that I'm older, I'm in my late 20s now, and I feel like I've wasted a lot of time not working hard enough. And even when I thought I was working really hard, I wasn't working hard enough. It actually took me to meeting my boyfriend that I have now. My boyfriend and I have been together for nearly 6 years. And he's a really hard worker, and he makes me feel bad for all that time that I wasn't as hard a worker as him. Recently he's been really getting into art. Myself, obviously, being a tattoo artist, and I also paint and draw and stuff in my spare time. And also we live with Jim, who is also a tattoo artist, who I work with and live with. We have a lot of art around the house. We're always drawing, we're always doing art. And so my boyfriend sort of started getting into it, and he wants to start getting into doing graffiti. He decided he wanted to get into doing graffiti. He has watched so many tutorials. He's studied how to do it, how to get clean lines. He hasn't even started doing graffiti yet, and he has gone out of his way to find out the best spray paint to buy. He bought a bunch of MDF boards that he put in our art room, and he's been spraying them, and like he's amazing. That's how he does everything. Every time he gets interested in something, he goes well out of his way to find out as much information as he can and ask as many people as he can advice. He's so good at so many things, and it's really annoying because here I am thinking that I'm so good at everything, because even if he's not good at something straight away, he makes it a challenge and he will force himself to be really good at it. He's really improved me as a person because he's taught me how to study and he's taught me how to learn things. And in my lazy mind, I think to myself, that's really boring. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit down and study for hours before I actually do it. I just want to do it. But that's not how you learn. That's not how you're going to get good at stuff. If you don't even know what you're doing, you're going to make the same mistakes over and over. Because of the background that I come from, a lot of people that I live with in my family, they're lazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're watching this video, but you're lazy. It made me lazy, and I don't want to be lazy anymore. I want to work hard and I want to be good at stuff. I don't want to be complacent. I don't want to be just the same as everybody else. I want to be better. And I want to be really good at art. And some people think me making these videos, I think that I'm already an incredible artist and I want everyone to know who I am. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just experimenting with stuff because I want to be good at things, and I want to be like my boyfriend. And I don't want to waste my life just settling. I don't want to settle. Anyway, without wasting any more time with my bullshit stories, I'd like to show you some of my drawings that I've done in the past. So, I used to work in retail and I freaking hated it. Scumbags. I always wanted to be a tattoo artist. So when I was working in retail and sitting there sulking and thinking, I don't want to do this anymore, down to a few tattoo shops and see what they think. And so I walked into maybe 3, which isn't that many, but the response that I got from those 3 tattoo shops meant I shouldn't show anyone else my work. They pretty much laughed at me and they were like, you got no hope, sister. And they were like, what you've got here is not finished, it's not rendered. And I didn't even know what that meant at the time. So I went home and I Googled a bunch of like visual arts courses, illustration courses, and I found this one at NMIT in Melbourne, and it was Advanced Diploma of Illustration or something. These drawings that I did while I was at TAFE, and some of them are not that good. I'm going to be honest, they're not good. Most of them are not that good. So first off, this is a drawing that I did, well, back then it was a lot of time. Now I spend like over 20 hours on a drawing row painting. This one I probably spent maybe 3 hours. And looking at it now, I'm like, how the fuck did you spend 3 hours on that? That is so shit. But like back then I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know if I copied it from someone, I probably did, but either way, it's not very good. I worked my way up to doing paintings. So this is an acrylic painting that I did on a block of wood. Embarrassed about this. There's no shape to her face. You can't even see her nose. The owl looks like it's wearing angry sunglasses. It's really bad. It looks rushed. I don't think I rushed it. And I think back then I thought I spent a lot of time on it, but a lot of time to me was like 6 hours. And now I realize over a week you could easily spend 20 hours on one painting. You just need to learn to put it down and come back to it. And that was something that I had a problem with back then because I thought I had to get everything done now. And you just can't. You can't do that. So I had to learn to be patient, and I had to learn that things don't just get done in one go. And this is an example of that. Don't do that. This is a pastel painting that I did. Yet again, it's another example of how I didn't put enough work into it. I'm pretty sure my lecturer at the time said as well, you know, you didn't put enough time or work into this. You're not done. It looks all right, but it's not finished. It's not finished, obviously. But I just got annoyed because like, it is finished. I can't be bothered spending any more time on it. And that was another thing about being lazy, because I was like, I can't be fucked doing this. I've got more important things to worry about. Like what, Jess? You don't. You big fat liar. I tried a lot of different mediums. This one is colored pencil on paper. I can use colored pencils a lot better now, just in case you're wondering. So, as you can see, a lot of this work doesn't look finished. It doesn't look done. Oh God, this one's so embarrassing. Okay, don't laugh at me. But here is a picture of Johnny Depp. And obviously, I'm a Bring Me the Horizon fan, so this was an album cover that I designed for Bring Me the Horizon. Thank God I didn't like send it to them or something, because I really don't want Ollie Sykes to see this. It could use some improvement. But you know what? At the time, I thought this was really good. What it is a color pencil drawing that I've washed over with watercolor. So all the black and grey tones were in pencil, and then I washed over with water. Some people learn a bit slower than others, and I am obviously one of them. But it's because I was full of myself. It's funny because some of these designs actually look like what my work looks like now, and they just look like a shit version. So you can improve on your work. You can actually see the difference. If you look at these designs and then you look at my work now on Instagram, you can see the similarities and you can see how much I've improved, because these are rushed. These are shit. No thought went into them. And I do that now. So this one's a book cover of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I like the idea that went into it, and I'd like to redo it, because there's a lot of artwork here that I'd actually like to redo, because the idea's there, it's just not executed well, because I didn't try hard enough. Anyway, so I finished my course and I went around to tattoo shops asking for a job. When I first started working at the shop that I was at when I did my apprenticeship, I met Brittany Kilsby, and she is still a really good friend of mine to this day. She's an amazing artist, and she's not just an amazing tattoo artist, she's an amazing artist. So I learned a lot from her. She kind of took me under her wing. She taught me a little bit of how to come up with a finished design, and it wasn't just sit down with a pen and paper and draw one until it's finished. It was a long process. It was longer than I thought it was. So thanks, Brittany, for teaching me some stuff. I really like dot work. So I started drawing things like this, for example, which is a snowflake that one of my friends wanted to tattoo on their knee. I actually did tattoo it on his knee. I'll put a little picture of the tattoo as well. Slowly over time, I developed a style. And, you know, I liked witchy stuff. I liked animals. I liked floral. I liked dots and lines, and that's what I started putting in all of my work. So I'm still working out what I want my style to be and what I like tattooing and drawing the most. I use people's faces, like this one, for example, is, what's her name? Suicide Squad. Cara Delevingne. This is Cara Delevingne's face, I'm pretty sure. And I just used it for my drawing. So I had her face as a reference and I put the tattoos and the makeup and stuff on her and the piercings. So I started learning how to do that, like use faces as reference instead of copying. That's what I did with this one as well. I found a picture of a woman's face on the side profile, and then I added the snake and the flowers and the feathers and stuff to it. So this is how I learned to come up with my own designs. Well, I did this painting. I'll show you. I did this painting the other night. It's just like a round canvas that I bought from the art shop. And so I did this with a gold pen on a black canvas, and the skull is Prismacolor. But I was just going to put it on my table at the Tattoo Expo. You may have seen this on my Instagram. It's a skateboard that I did in Prismacolor pencils. There's a little bit of acrylic pen as well for the white highlights. So I don't know if you can see that. So it's a swan, obviously. A lot of my work, you may have noticed, is in black and white. I do a lot of just dots and lines and pen work, trying to add little bits of gold into it. But that swan, I just felt like giving colour a go. I don't do much colour. I need to do more so that I can get better at it. So as you can see now, I work a lot harder. I spend a lot more time. Instead of just trying to get stuff done, I try to get it done well. There's so much more that's happened throughout my journey, like ups and downs. And, you know, this is already an extra long video, like longer than normal. So I'm sorry it's taken me so long to make a new video. Okay, I have to put this in the video because Adrian says I don't listen to him. but I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to listen. I'm stubborn as fuck, but I'm trying not to do that. So Adrian told me I told him that I really love the way Leonardo da Vinci draws. And he told me, well, the best way to learn how to draw like Da Vinci is to copy everything that he does and try and get it as close as possible to his drawings. And then eventually you'll start to understand why he did certain lines and shapes and use certain colors. The painting is called Lady with an Ermine, and Ermine is a weasel. And as you can see, she has a little weasel. And I've been sketching with an Apple pencil, and so I started with a blank sheet, no tracing. Let me show you. So I did this sketch. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There's a glare. But I started with this sketch, added another layer, a bit more darkness, and I added color. I'm studying, Adrian. I did exactly what you said. So there's my drawing. And here is the painting. As you can see, they're similar, but they're still, obviously I'm not finished. And then I'll do another one, and then I'll do another one, and then I'll do another one until I can draw like fucking Leonardo da Vinci. So I'm sorry this is a very long video. Thank you so much for watching it. If you have any questions about my art journey, post them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later, or I'll see you another time.